Hi everyone, this is English class. So in this class I'm going to talk about The Merchant of Venice Act 1 Scene 1. In my last video you can get some kind of ideas, some kind of introduction with Merchant of Venice, the name of characters and the background of the play. But here I'm going to talk about the whole play scene by scene, its interpretation and its word meanings. So let me start it. In the starting of the scene, the action of the play takes place in Venice in a street. Antonio, Salarino and Selenio, they enter the scene and they are talking about the state of mind of Antonio. Antonio is feeling sad, but he doesn't know why he is sad. In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me. You say it wearies you. But how I caught it, found it, or came by it, what stuff it's made of, whereof it is born, I am to learn. He doesn't know the cause. He doesn't know the reason why he is sad. He wants to know about it. He acknowledges that Salarino and Selanio are also concerned about his sadness. And such a what wit sadness makes of me that I have much ado to know myself. So he's saying that I have some reason to know about myself. I have some kind of concern that I can think about myself, about my mental health, about my sadness. Then his friend Salarino tries to give some kind of ideas about the sadness or try to find out the reason about the sadness of Antonio. Your mind is tossing on the ocean, there where your argosies with potterly sail. Salarino is saying that you may be sad because of the ships which are on sea. You are afraid of losing them like signors and rich workers on the flood, or as it were, the peasants of the sea do overpeer the petty traffickers that courtesy to them, do them reverence as they fly by them with their woven wings. Salarino is consolidating his point and he is trying to express the state of mind of Antonio by comparing the ships with the gentlemen, and he is comparing the situation, the environment of ocean with the processions and proceedings which are on ocean, and petty traffickers are being compared with ships. Petty traffickers are giving respect and reverence to ocean, but ocean is merciless. So with the comparisons, Salarino is consolidating his point that Antonio is sad only because of the ships which are on sea. Salarino is objectifying the state of mind of Antonio, and Salarino is objectifying the whole situation of ships and ocean. Selenio, the second friend of Antonio, is continuing the point of Salarino, is continuing the concern given by Salarino regarding Antonio. He is saying, believe me, sir, had I such venture forth, the better part of my affections would be with my hopes abroad. Selenio is saying that if I had such kind of business, if I had such kind of ships on sea, I would have same kind of mental health, I would have same kind of worry and sadness. I should be still plucking the grass to know where sits the wind. I would pluck the blade of grass and I would know the direction of the wind. Peering in maps for ports, the piers and roads and every object that might make me fear misfortune to my ventures out of doubt would make me sad. So I would have been worried about my ships. I would have observed all the maps, routes and routes where my ships would have been drawn. So I would have same kind of attitude as Antonio is having. So Selenio is also giving strength to the point raised by Salarino. Mean to say, Selenio and Salarino are saying that Antonio said, because of the ships which are on sea. Then Salarino, my wind cooling my broth would blow me to an ache when I thought what harm a wind too great at sea might do. Here he is saying that my wind cooling my broth, my soup would have been cold because of wind. It means he is just saying that I would not eat anything. I would have been worried so much about ships if I had such kind of business. If I were Antonio, if I were in the place of Antonio, I should not see the sandy glass run, but I should drink of shallows and of flats and see my wealthy and do doctrines and wailing her height of lower than her ribs. So with this kind of objectification of the state of mind or thinking, Salarino is just saying that the overall situation of the mind of Antonio is because of the ships to kiss are burial. So if I had that kind of dream or visual or imagination regarding my ships, that my ships have been drowned by ocean, so I would have same kind of attitude. Should I go to church and see the holy edifice of stone and not bethink me state of dangerous rocks? So if if I were in place of you, should I go to church or temple? I would not go to church or temple. Just not bethink me state of dangerous. I would have been thinking about the dangerous rocks. Instead of going to temple, I would have been thinking about my ship's, its vessel side, about my ship. That if my ships are in touch with rocks, spices mean to say, then my all valuable goods would have been on the stream and robbed the roaring waters with my silks, and in a word, but even now worth this and now worth nothing. Shall I have the thought to think on this, and shall I lack thought that such a thing be hence would make me sad? So if anything wrong happened with my ships, if I were you, then anything happened with my ships regarding that, shall not I think about that? Shall I not think about the ships? To think on this, shall I lack the thought? So is it possible I would not think about that? But tell not me, I know Antonio is sad to think upon the merchandise. The overall crux of this whole conversation, of this whole passage, is that the reason of Antonio's sadness is merchandise, his ships. So Salarino and Salarino are consolidating his point by giving some references to some kind of situations. Then Antonio is saying, believe me, no, I think my fortune for it. Antonio is saying that it will be decided by my fortune. I am not worried about that. My ventures are not in one bottom trusted, nor to one place, nor is my whole estate upon the fortune of this present year. He is saying that my ships are not at one place on the sea. My ships are scattered on the sea. Therefore, my merchandise makes me not sad. So he is saying that I am not sad because of my merchandise of my ships. Salarino, why then you are in love? Then Salarino is making fun of Antonio, or just joking that are you in love? Antonio is saying 5 mean to say he is saying nonsense. That is not the reason.